Hey everybody, JC here with another T&I toy review. And today's review is in association with MarvelousNews.com, your #1 news source for everything Marvel. And for today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at the new Marvel Legends 6-inch Inhumans Medusa figure from Hasbro. Now this figure is a Walgreens exclusive, and it comes packaged in the same style we've been seeing with all the Marvel Legends. Up at the top, you've got the Legend Series logo. The figure's clearly displayed in the window box. Then down below, you've got the Inhumans logo and the name of the character. You also have that Walgreens exclusive sticker. On the very top of the packaging, you have the Inhumans logo, and then on the sides of the packaging, you have artwork from Medusa, and then on the back, you have an actual image of the figure and a brief bio in multiple languages. Alright, let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. So here's a look at the figure outside of the packaging. Now this figure does not come with any accessories at all, and the figure itself is essentially just a repaint of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive version of Medusa that we got a couple years ago. The only difference as far as sculpting goes is they've given the figure different feet. So the original one had these high heels, and then this one has just flat feet. So that's really the only difference sculpt-wise between the two. Now this one does have the added belt piece as well, so that one wasn't included. But everything else is essentially just repaint. The mask has been painted on this one, but it's essentially the same head sculpt. Definitely the same hair sculpting, a little bit different color, a little bit darker color on this new one over the original. Both have a black wash effect in it. So because of the feet without the heels, that's why this new version seems shorter than the original version. But again, it is the same body and everything, same hands. Again, it's just all repaint with a different costume and such. And I kind of like this costume with the new figure a little better than the original one. I do like the face sculpt a little better as far as the paint applications go on the original one. I think they did a better job with the paint, with the eyes and stuff. This one is much more pale with the skin tone, and I don't think the eyes look as good. And she's got the purple lipstick, which I don't have any problem with that. It matches the mask and everything. But I just kind of like the head sculpt and the way the face looks on this original version a little more than I do on this new version. But I like the costume overall with this new version over the costume that came with the original version. And as far as paint applications go on this new figure, I think they've done a pretty good job. It's basic. You've got the standard purple throughout most of the costume, and then you've got this darker, almost metallic type purple on the gloves, and here on the mask, and around the neck, and the belt. And you've got the little Inhuman sign on the belt as well. And then with the boots, you've got that same kind of darker purple color. And then as I mentioned, you've got some wash effect in the hair. It is a little bit different shade of red over the previous version, but not that different, and definitely the same sculpting. And the hair definitely helps the figure stand. Now one thing, problem I had with the original version, you'll notice here how her foot, the lower portion of her leg here is bent outwards. These joints that they use on this figure are very soft. They're those gummy type joints, and so over time this is just bent under the figure's own weight. I don't know, it does feel, these joints do feel somewhat rubbery on this one, but maybe a little more sturdy than on that original Comic-Con version, so hopefully that won't become an issue on this new version. Now this figure stands just a little bit under 6.5 inches tall, and the original Medusa figure with the heels stood closer to 6 3/4 inches tall. And here's a comparison with the Black Bolt figure that was previously released, which we'll be getting again in the upcoming Black Panther wave. But I like the scale between this new Medusa and Black Bolt as opposed to the original one, which again was taller due to the heels. And if you're wondering, you can take the head sculpt from the Comic-Con version and stick it on this new figure, or vice versa if you wanted. Articulation is pretty much the same as what we saw in the original Medusa. You can turn the head to the left and the right. Now that hair does limit some of the movement, but you can still turn the head pretty good. She can look down pretty good, though the hair is going to weigh it back, so you really can't keep the head down, but she does have the ability to actually look down. Now she can't look back at all because of the hair. Arms attached with your standard ball hinge joint there at the shoulder, so she can get her arm out good. She's got good rotation. She does not have a bicep swivel, just has the single hinged elbow, so can bend her elbow about that much. Has the rotation there at the elbow, has rotation at the wrist, hinges on the hand, so up and down movement. Has a midsection joint, so you've got rotation there. and crunch forward a little bit, but not too much, and then can look back. You can also pivot to the left, the right there. Does not have a waist swivel, can only do the splits about that much. Legs are attached with ball joints. You can get the leg forward good, and you can do the leg out and back. Has a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, so good bending at the knee, and then hinges on the feet, so up and down movement, and then you do have ankle pivot with this one, and 2 peg holes on the bottom of the feet. Okay, so that's my review. So overall, I would say if you don't have the original Comic-Con version of Medusa, this is one definitely worth checking out, especially if you're an Inhumans fan. I do like this figure a little better overall. I like the costume look of this one, and I like the height without the heels. I do like the head sculpt on the original one a little bit better, and if you do have both of them, you can switch out the heads, which is probably what I'll end up doing. Now this figure is available now. You can get it both on the Walgreens website and at their physical stores. We'll have a full image gallery up at marvelousnews.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video and also hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. You can also follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I have links to those in the video description as well. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.